Hello, brothers and sisters. This is an important training on how to finish the seminary year, so pay attention. Over the next 4, 3, 2 weeks, however many weeks of seminary you have left, there are very important administrative things that we need to do and that our students need to do in order to successfully complete the term. So on the left, you see what teachers will do, and on the right, you see what students will do. So we'll go over these. Teachers will teach and remind students how to record their reading. Students are entirely responsible for making that record. There are 2 videos on the homepage of Canvas that show students how to record their reading in the My Seminary app or using a browser. Teachers are going to enable the assessment and prepare students to take it, but students are responsible for taking the assessment online. How do we know what to do? We go into Canvas. In Canvas, there is a learning assessment module. It's already imported into your course, and there are 2 pages. There is the teacher page, and on the teacher page, there's resources for helping students to prepare for the assessment. We have a video showing you how to use Kahoots with links to Kahoot learning assessment games already created. We also have information on how to administer the test. We have already enabled all the assessments online, so students can log in and take it as of now. You just have to guide them to the assessment, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. There's one little caveat. This assessment was written for 2018. We have a totally different pacing. So this assessment talks about verses of scripture that we have not covered in class. So to save us all some time and grief, we are inviting you to teach the students the answers to 12, 16, and 22. And as these questions reference things that may not have been discussed in class. So that's the teacher's page. Here comes the student page. This is what they will see published in their course. Students will see a video here teaching them how to take the assessment, teaching them the purpose of the assessment, and then including a link that will take them outside of Canvas to the assessment, where they will click on the assessment and then they will be off and going. The reason we choose to do an online assessment is because all the data is gathered and collected and put into Wise for us. There's no paper trail, there's no hunting down responses, and there's very good information that we get out of the assessment being taken online. It's the cleanest, best, most efficient way to do it, and to help students make up the assessment if they can't pass it the first try, which is typically done 2 ways. 1, they can just retake it by you re-enabling it, or 2, they can study the questions missed with their parents and then report back to you what they learned, and then that you can adjust their score in Wise. The last thing and the most important thing is that we have total control over student attendance. They can impact their reading and fix it. They can take the assessment and fix it. They cannot record their attendance. That is up to us, and they cannot also fix it without our help. And so we need to make sure we are current on all of our attendance to the very end. And then we are also aware of students who are in danger of not meeting the attendance requirement, so that we can inform them of how much makeup work they need to do, and they can then complete it. How is this done? Once we are in the class, we want to click on the credit tab here next to reading. Next to each of these credits and attendance are these blue tabs. Whenever you see a student in danger, there could be a couple reasons why. If I open up the credit tab, we will see in greater detail that this person has not recorded their reading and they have not met the attendance requirement. There's no test scores inputted yet because we haven't taken it. Now, I see here that their attendance is failing, and if I press on the blue tab there, it'll open it up and tell me how many absences they have, but more importantly, how many days they need to make up DTMU. And so what we have here is this is how I would then inform a student on what needs to be done in order to receive credit by end of term. If my attendance is not up to date, then I do not have an accurate reading of their attendance percentage. And that is why the first thing we need to do is make sure our attendance is up to date, so that then we can give them an accurate number of days to make up. This is a lot of task-oriented chores type things that we need to do by the end of term that are not so much fun. But what we can do is help our students understand their importance by maybe incentivizing them with something more than credit. In Doctrine and Covenants, section 50, verses 34 to 35, we learn that there are things that are not ordained of God that we have to overcome. But when we do the things that are ordained of God, he gives us power to overcome all things which are not ordained of him. So by going to seminary and doing the things that are ordained of God, we inherit a power to help us do everything else that is not ordained of him, deal with all the things that are not ordained of God, and yet we have to deal with them. If you can find ways in the scriptures to teach the importance of reading, recording your reading, consecrating your time and your effort to take the assessment and make up the days missed in attendance, there is power on the other side of those of credit. Power that you would rather have than a seminary diploma, but we get to have both. So good luck, and if you have any questions, please reach out to myself or Sister Holiday. We are here to help. We understand the frustration, and we understand how precious your time is, and so we can help and be here for you and do things and help you do the chores of seminary and do them well to bless the lives of students and bring power into their lives. We love you. Have a great week.